state-level Gangai celebration held at Iboyay Masanglen in Palace Compound. Education Minister Thaunaujam Basantakumar highlights significance of Gangai festival. Takan Gangai festival being celebrated with traditional zeal and enthusiasm in Manipur. Amju EGM condemned detention of journalist over poppy statement during a local TV discussion program. Two insurgents belonging to Manipur reportedly found dead at Vangli village in Myanmar sector of Indo-Myanmar border. Minister Amit Shah to reach Tripura today as BJP prepares for assembly polls. Hello and welcome. You're watching is English Primetime IS News. Before we begin IS News, we'd like to remind our viewers to practice physical distancing, hand hygiene, wear masks, protect yourself, and get vaccinated to ward off the virus. Now, the news in a bit more detail. Education Minister Thaunaujam Basantakumar highlighted the significance of Gangai festival and said that it is one of the most colorful festivals of the state, celebrated every year with full of fun and cultural extravaganza. The minister was speaking during the state-level Gangai celebration at Iboyay Masanglen in Palace Compound today. The event was organized by State-Level Gangai Celebration Committee, Manipur. Minister Basantakumar lauded the Kabui and Rongmei community for upholding the indigenous culture and tradition of the festival till date. He claimed that the present BJP-led government, under the leadership of Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren, has been striving for strengthening cordial relations among the various communities and to ensure peace and harmony prevail in the state. He mentioned that the state government has facilitated the people to learn 7 local languages of the state, namely Anal, Paite, Paumei, Tangkhul, Thadou, and Meiteilon. He added that the same will ensure in strengthening the integrity of the state. Minister Basantakumar further assured to hold talks with the Chief Minister to make Gangai Festival a state general holiday in the future. The minister also led the attendees in paying tributes to former renowned historian of the state, late Professor Gangmumai Kamei, Thangmaiban MLA KH Joy Kishan, Wangkai MLA Thangjam Arun Kumar, social worker N. Rajendro, members of organizing committee, people from Kabui community from across the state took part in the event. Traditional dance and songs of Kabui Rongmei community were showcased on the occasion.
पृथ्वी से उसे ग्लोबल विलेज होरे बने खुंगंग मतो होरे पृथ्वी से करीना मोबाइल फोन ना करीना कंप्यूटर ना करीना इंटरनेट ना अदु नंबर मो होरेगा हौजिकती anywhere in the world anything happening से कोई हौजिक खुदक्ता कोई की palm of the hand दा कोई information से फंगबंगा में अदुना हौजिकी मतलब सिदी knowledge द जंक्शन बा development द जंक्शन बा मयाम पुन्न चटमिना बा divisive कोई दबा particularly कोई की स्टेट से मयाम थाजबिउ को हौजिक हौगी बच्चे ही मंगा दा only 3 years work to hibado hojikti full majority laina BJP aduga N Biren Singh led sarkar se 2.0 BJP 2.0 se hantakti na yamna stable oiba.
The state-level Kabui Gangai Festival 2023 is being celebrated at Kaiku Kabui village in Imphal East, with Mahud and RDNPR Minister Yumnam Kim Chand gracing the function as the chief guest. Minister Y. Kim Chand in his speech stated that refined persons obey their mothers and never forget the latter sacrifices. Kabui Union Manipur President Dr. K. Hira, who was among the dignitaries, stated that the community and culture do not come up quickly, they are built over the course of time. Gangai Festival is deep-rooted in the history of Kabui community from time immemorial. MLA of Langtabal constituency Karam Sham, MLA of Sagolban constituency RK Imo, MLA of Khetrigao constituency Nurul Hassan, MLA of Kairao constituency Laurembam Rameshwar, President of Luprakpa Kaiku Pai Pamai, Langku Lungpa Kabui, President of Federation of Haumi Sapamcha Jadumani, President of UCM Konthojam Joy Chandra, and President of Maitei Lipun Gauro Moirangja were the guests of honor of the function. Cultural dance and music and other cultural shows were the main highlights of the event.
Kabui Kundaba or Kabui civilization or Kumatamda and Taja over keynote address si Mangal Toponumit, Maipu Toponumit, Nasibo, preserved Torisi, Asana Pamani, I Kundana, Kawi Sinao Sina, Mai Tukalan Giba, Sing of Tukalan Giba, I will see Yana Mandamini, Tikalrakanda, Isas Jose. I will Poiva, Ima, I will Poiva. Adubu Kanga Himbudu civilized society going. Kariumakana, Kashanata Bakari, I my back of the place, Masi, Marin Visanabida, Ishona Yara, Tamjarakada, Madam Segi, Gangai Festival, State Level Festival, Amoka, the sound of Sinavana, the She Legend, Believe or Level Sing, I Shaya, Kanda, what is again?
Now, people across the state are soaked in the celebration of the much-anticipated 5-day Chakan Gangai Festival. The Zeliangrong community across the state are celebrating the post-harvest festival, which also marks the beginning of the new year with traditional zeal, fervor, and enthusiasm. The state-level Gangai Festival was celebrated at two venues, Sumanglila Shanglen at Hata Kangjebungin Palace Compound and Kaiku Kabui Village in Imphal East District. The Kabui and Rongmei communities in Manipur, Nagaland, and Assam celebrated Gangai, the festivity of the post-harvest, which is interspersed with cultural extravaganzas like dance, musical recital, and folk songs. It is marked by congregational prayers and traditional dance performances. The carnival that marks the end of agricultural drudgery and the beginning of bountiful harvest is not only significant for those living alone, but those who have passed away are honored during the festival with ritual farewells. The festival is an ensemble of cultural gusto and religious fervor, manifesting in cultural items and religious rituals. Governor La Ganesan, Chief Minister N. Birin, ministers and various civil society organizations have conveyed their warm and best wishes to the people of Manipur, especially the Kabui Zeliangrong community, on the occasion of Gangai Festival, and wished that the festival bring in peace, prosperity, and progress in the state. All Manipur Working Journalists Union Amju and Editors Guild Manipur EGM condemned the manner in which editor of Sanalaibag Daily Hemanta Kumar Ningomba was picked up from his residence by a team of Irilbung police this morning. Hemanta Kumar was picked up by a team of Irilbung police station regarding a statement he made in a panel discussion of a local TV channel. However, he was set free after some hours, following which Amju and EGM convened an emergency meeting and held a detailed discussion over the matter at Manipur Press Club, Major Khul. The meet condemned the manner in which Hemanta Kumar was picked up by the police, saying Hemanta Kumar is a respected editor and definitely not an absconder. Today's incident has hurt his dignity and stature in the society, a joint statement from Amju and EGM said. It expressed discontentment over the frequent mistreatment meted out towards the state journalists by the higher authorities and said that the concerned officers could have simply invited him for a discussion during the office hours, as no case was registered against him. The meeting also resolved to place the issue before the state government to ensure that such unwanted incidents do not recur in the future. The two journalist bodies warned that should such avoidable incidents occur again, the media fraternity will not remain silent spectator and that necessary legal action and others would be initiated to safeguard the interests of journalists of the state. Meanwhile, 2 insurgents belonging to Manipur were reportedly found dead in a Wangil village in the Myanmar sector of Indo-Myanmar border. The Myanmar village Wangli is located close to Behyang under Singat subdivision of Churachandpur district. A reliable source identified the deceased insurgents as Major Yaipaba and Captain Ziri Lakpa. This is a developing story. The details are awaited. Union Home Minister Amit Shah is likely to arrive in Tripura on Wednesday night as the ruling BJP prepare for the assembly elections. Shah was earlier scheduled to reach the state on Thursday, but his arrival was preponed, a senior official said. Shah will now reach the state around 10 p.m. on Wednesday by an Air Force plane. He will spend the night at the state guest house amid tight security. During the one-day visit, Shah will flag off 2 Rath Yatras of the BJP in the state. He is likely to travel first to North Tripura's Dharmanagar, around 190 kilometers from state capital of Agartala, to flag off the first one, party leaders said. Later, he will be visiting South Tripura's Sabrum near the Bangladesh border to flag off the second Rath Yatra. He is then scheduled to leave the state. However, the reason behind the rescheduling of his arrival was not immediately known. Chief Minister Manik Shah, accompanied by Information and Cultural Affairs Minister Shushanta Chaudhary, visited Dharmanagar and Sabrum on Monday to check the preparations for the party's mega show ahead of the assembly elections, which would be due in February. As a part of the 2 Rath Yatras, several public meetings and rallies have been planned, party leaders said. BJP National President J.P. Nadda is scheduled to remain present on the concluding day of the program on January 12th. The Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee MPCC has extended warm greetings to the people on Gangai, the post-harvest festival of the Kabui community. A press release from MPCC President K. Meghachandra said that Gangai is one of the biggest festivals of the Kabui community. He added that during the festival, the harvested crops are offered to God to seek blessings. He also wished that the festival usher in peace, development, unity, and prosperity in the state. The Kuki Students Organization Samulamlan Bloc has urged the state government to complete the construction of the road connecting G. Songel and Samulamlan Subdivisional Office, and also the road passing from Hautak Kulen to Sijang Dampi area at the earliest by maintaining quality. Speaking to media at the residence of G. Songel Village Chief, President of KSO Samulamlan David Telen stated that the construction of the road from G. Songel to Samulamlan Subdivisional Office has been going under PMGSY for 3 years in a slow pace, while the road from Hautak Kulen to Sijang Dampi area is being constructed inappropriately. He further appealed to the concerned Minister Y. Kim Chan for a field visit and also urged Chief Minister N. Biren to ensure necessary actions are taken to complete the road construction works at the earliest. Other members of KSO Samulamlan and villagers of G. Songel village attended the press meet.
G. Songel to Samulamlan SDO Office Post Hemli ba Lambi asi PMJSY gi WBM Pau loisindana laibase chahi hum phajil lagle aduna maram oiraga media gi mating lauraga Honorable Minister RD masung mahut paibiri ba ikai khumnajari ba YKM Chana athuba matamda worksite asi field visit chatpi nangai haijari Manipur laingak paibiri ba Honorable Chief Minister na athuba matamda praja miyam gi awaba se yengbiraga lambi si thuna loisinba yanangai gi damakta PMJSY lambi work pending laibasi Pu N Biren gi pukning chingsinjari.
The Manipur Cabinet's decision to partially lift the ban on brewing, consumption and sale of liquor in the state continued to face stern opposition, mainly from civil society organizations and various sections of people. Coalition Against Drugs and Alcohol, CADA, backed by like-minded organizations and associations, continued protests against the state's decision to lift prohibition on liquor in the state. Members of All Manipur Women Social Reformation and Development Samaj, Nupi Samaj, and Ithai Nupi Ja Association, under the banner of CADA, staged a protest demonstration demanding immediate withdrawal of the government decision at Ithai Dam in Bisnupur district yesterday. The protesters chanted various slogans demanding the state government to revoke the decision at the earliest. Meanwhile, Coalition Against Drugs and Alcohol, CADA, today released its quarterly journal, Health for Future, Volume 1, Issue 36. The event was held at the CADA head office conference hall at Konung Mamang, Purairombak, Khongnang Makhong. CADA President Hijam Priyokumar, Vice President Dipanjit Ningthauja, Secretary Organization Mayengbam Buddhi, and several others took part in the event. The journal contains 14 articles written by people from various professions. Mention may be made that CADA has been carrying out awareness drive, campaign, and camera meeting in a bid to curb drug menace in the state. Manipur in the past 24 hours registered 0 COVID-19 cases. A total of 79 samples were tested in the past 24 hours. The active tally remains at 2. The state's caseload stands at 139,922. There were no fatalities due to COVID-19 in the same hours as per the latest updates from the state COVID-19 Command Control Room. The recovery rate stands at 98.46%, while the death toll remains at 2,149. Now, fears over the impact of the new Omicron subvariant, a BF7 variant, has risen in the country after several cases were detected in various countries. In view of the threat posed by the Omicron COVID-19 variant, the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has advised people to wear a proper mask, maintain social distancing at public places, and take both doses of COVID vaccines to ward off the virus. Meanwhile, COVID-19 cases in India are increasing with a slight margin. India reported 175 new COVID cases in the last 24 hours. The new infections took the country's total caseload to over 4.46 crore, while active coronavirus caseload has dropped to 2,570, which accounts for 0.01% of the total cases. As per the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the death toll stands at 5,30,707, with no new deaths reported in the last 24 hours. Meanwhile, the number of people who have recuperated from the disease has gone up to 4,41,45,854, with 187 recoveries in the past 24 hours. The country's recovery rate has increased to 98.81%. Over 220.11 crore vaccine doses have been administered so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Top 3 states contributing maximum number of COVID-19 cases to India's tally are Maharashtra, Kerala, and Karnataka. Meanwhile, in the northeast India, Assam has the highest number of active cases, followed by Mizoram and Meghalaya. Now, COVID-19 has infected over 66 crore 61 lakh people, while more than 67 lakh 1,000 have succumbed to the dreaded disease, and recoveries are above 63 crore 81 lakh. Globally, USA has the highest COVID-19 cases, followed by India and France. From Yumnam Lekai and Wangkai Ningthem Pukri Mapal all the way to remote areas across the state, Imoinu celebrations were held with much grandeur and gaiety in Manipur yesterday. Many households made offerings including seasonal fruits, vegetables, and fishes to Ima Imoinu, the goddess of wealth and prosperity, to evoke her blessings. Ritual programs were also held at various places, and colorful lights lit up homes and streets across the state. Ima Imoinu Iratpa is celebrated on the 12th day of Wakching month of Manipuri lunar calendar by the Meitei community with traditional gaiety and religious fervor. Now, a large number of devotees offered prayers to the sacred shrine of Ima Imoynu atop Kaubru during Ima Imoynu Iratba yesterday. Speaking on the sidelines of the celebration, Uttara Sanglen Sana Konung Thang Ta Loisang Sinarel Chongtham Sunil Kumar wished that the festival bring peace, harmony and prosperity in the state. He said that Ima Imoynu Iratba at Kaubru was jointly organized by Ukal and Uttara Sanglen. Personnel of Manipur Police and CRPF were deployed in and around the festival venue to strictly monitor the entry of devotees. Hundreds of people came to offer prayers, and most of them had spent a night at Kaubru Hill. An ambulance and a medical team were also stationed there to deal with any emergency during the celebration. The Khasi Jaintia Christian Leaders Forum KJCLF Shillong said it strongly condemns the horrendous acts of violence against Christians as well as outrageous vandalization of churches and sacred objects. In a statement, the forum said, even as the new year 2023 commenced, these hateful acts had continued and taken place in Narayanpur district of Chhattisgarh, which left many people injured, including the SB in charge of the area. The Ministry of State for Minority Affairs of the central government had recently made an expedition of the region for rounds of meetings with Christian and other minority leaders, where he had conveyed that the ruling party in the center wants to remove the fear factor from the minds of the minority communities, that is Christians being one of them. However, incidents like those happening in Chhattisgarh show the opposite, the statement read. Now, Delhiites have demanded justice for a scooter rider who was killed and dragged by a car for miles through the streets of India's capital. Delhi police said the 20-year-old woman's scooter collided with the car in the early hours of January 1 before her body was pulled for up to 12 kilometers, more than 7 miles. 5 people have been arrested in connection with the incident, Huda said. A witness who was with the victim at the time of the collision is cooperating with the police. The woman's body was badly mutilated, with her torn clothes found near her body. The grisly details have sparked outrage in India, with headlines dominating primetime news and many taking to the streets to demand strict punishment for the alleged perpetrators. On Monday, hundreds gathered outside a police station in the district where the incident took place. Senior politicians have also called for an investigation. Arvind Kejriwal, Delhi's chief minister, said he had asked authorities to take exemplary action against the culprits. Road accidents are common in India, where drivers often break traffic rules and safety regulations are not always strictly enforced. In 2021, nearly 154,000 deaths were recorded on India's roads, according to the Transport Ministry. Meanwhile, nearly 58,000 hit-and-run incidents were reported nationwide. The Unique Identification Authority of India, UIDAI, has put in place a resident-friendly facility to help people update their address online in their Aadhaar with the consent of the head of the family, HOF. The updation can be done by submitting a proof of relationship documents like a ration card, mark sheet, marriage certificate, or passport mentioning the names and relationship of both the applicant and the HOF. In case the proof of relationship document is not available, UIDAI provides the resident to submit a self-declaration by the HOF in the prescribed format. This choice would be in addition to the existing address update facility using any valid proof of address document prescribed by UIDAI. Any resident above the age of 18 can be an HOF for this purpose and can share his or her address with his or her relative through this process. It is time for a very short break. We'll be back with the latest updates.
Ana layengi office ki thabak amadi koiba chatpada India gi konung New Delhi da laifam leitabagi awaba koklagani. Delhi airport kayam naknana lairiba Mahipalpur da Manipur miyam gi damakta leizare Hotel Ambrosia. Laifam gi oina lupa lising amadagi hauraga pung kunmari pickup amadi drop ki taxi service laigani. Restaurant service ka loinana tongan ba khudong chaba kaya phangbigani. Vishal Mega Mart, Ambience Mall, DLF Mall amadi irap laptana nungairaba mafam kaya yobada khudong charaba mafam amani. Ngasi ma contact tawbirau Hotel Ambrosia A217 Road number 6 Mahipalpur. Phone number 9643504772.
Global health officials tried to determine the facts of China's raging COVID-19 outbreak and how to prevent a further spread as the Communist Party's mouthpiece newspaper rallied citizens for a final victory over the virus. China's axing of its stringent virus curbs last month had unleashed COVID on a 1.4 billion population that has little natural immunity, having been shielded from the virus since it emerged in the central city of Wuhan 3 years ago. Many funeral homes and hospitals say they are overwhelmed, and international health experts predict at least 1 million deaths in China this year, but China has reported 5 or fewer deaths in a day since the policy U-turn. China has rejected foreign skepticism of its statistics as politically motivated attempts to smear its achievements in fighting the virus. Having lifted the restrictions, Beijing is hitting back against some countries demanding that visitors from China show pre-departure COVID tests, saying the rules were unreasonable and lacked a scientific basis. Japan became the latest country to require a pre-boarding negative test, joining the United States, Australia, and others. China, which has been largely shut off from the world since the pandemic began, will stop requiring inbound travelers to quarantine from January 8, but it will still demand that arriving passengers get tested before they begin their journeys. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, will allow retail pharmacies to offer abortion pills in the United States for the first time, even as more states seek to ban medication abortion. The regulatory change will potentially expand abortion access as President Joe Biden's administration wrestles with how best to protect abortion rights after they were sharply curtailed last year by the Supreme Court's decision to overturn the landmark Roe v. Wade ruling and the state bans that followed. The agency finalized the changes after reviewing supplemental applications from Denko Laboratories and GenBioPro, the two companies that make the drug in the U.S. Pharmacies can start applying for certification to distribute the abortion pills mifepristone. The FDA had first said it would be making those changes in December 2021 when it announced it would relax some risk evaluation and mitigation strategies, or REMS, on the pill that had been in place since the agency approved it in 2000 and were lifted temporarily in 2021 due to COVID-19 pandemic. Meanwhile, abortion rights activists say that the pill has a long track record of being safe and effective with no risk of overdose or addiction. In several countries, including India and Mexico, women can buy them without a prescription to induce abortion. And we have some sports news. SYDA Sabal Lekai defeated BSU Kairao 4-2 in a penalty shootout at the first semi-final match of the ongoing 6th Thingujam Ongbi Nganbi Devi Memorial Football Tournament. The match was played at Social Workers Congress Club Ground in Kongman. KSC Kongba will lock horns with FFCA Ang Tha in the second semi-final match tomorrow. Altogether, 14 teams, subdivided into 4 groups, are competing in the tournament organized by Social Workers Congress Kongman since December 21. YACEI School beat Thao Thangmeiban by 2 wickets in a match of the ongoing 7th MNCA Plate tournament. In the match played at Model Higher Secondary School and Oriental College ground today, Thao Thangmeiban won the toss and opted to bat first. In the first innings, the team made 150 runs for 38 overs in 4 ball with all wickets down, while in the second innings, YPHU Lalambung opted to bat first, making 151 runs for 33 overs in 5 balls with 5 wickets down. YACEI School's all-rounder Salam Raju bagged the man of the match title. IBSA Yumnam Lekai will play against Oscar Bauna Bazaar in tomorrow's match. Altogether, 16 teams subdivided into 2 groups are participating in a tournament organized by Manipur Cricket Association since December 18. Indian sports stars will face a vital 2023. With 2024 Paris Olympics in the spotlight, 2023 is expected to have an action-packed year in Indian sports. This year will be going beyond the regular sporting style, with the youngsters breaking through and the lights dimmed for several others. 2023 will be a crucial year for many sports stars, including Nikhat Zareen, Sunil Chhetri, Harmanpreet Singh, and Kidambi Shrikant, etc. Boxing legend Nikhat Zareen's aim in 2023 would be to defend her crown at the World Championships in March 2023, while also ensuring qualification to the 2024 Paris Olympics. Leading football goal scorer Sunil Chhetri might play his last match in the 2023 AFC Asian Cup, although if host Qatar hold it in early 2024, it might be a bridge too far for the man approaching 40. Then again, his iron will could easily see him add to the 84 goals he has scored for India. For Harmanpreet Singh, the World Cup in India plus captain of the Indian men's hockey team and top goal scorer in the current setup is an incredible pressure. He will hope to play a pivotal role in a deep run for India at the World Cup. India won a bronze in the Tokyo Olympics and a silver at the Commonwealth Games last year, but Harmanpreet will want to show those were not flashes in the pan. In 2023, as Olympic qualification begins, the Padma Shri awardee Kidambi Shrikant's task is to cut out consistency to match his capable game. At 29, this may be his last Olympics, and the player who took on Lin Dan in the quarters of Rio 2016 and couldn't qualify for Tokyo has to find a sustainable middle ground. Now in cricket, the second T20 international of the 3-match series between India and Sri Lanka will be played in Pune tomorrow. The match will start at 7 p.m. at Maharashtra Cricket Association Stadium. Team India are in high spirit after winning the first match by 2 runs in a nail-biting finish in Mumbai yesterday. Debutant bowler Shivam Mavi impressed by picking 4 wickets for just 22 runs in 4 overs. Deepak Huda and Ishan Kishan were the top scorers in the Indian total of 162. In reply, visitors were restricted to 160 with the superb bowling performances by Shivam, Umran Malik and Harshal Patel. The third match of the series will be played on Saturday in Rajkot. Now, before we wrap up the news, the headlines once again. State-level Gangai celebration held at Iboyaima Sanglen in Palace Compound. Education Minister Thaunaujam Basantakumar highlights significance of Gangai Festival. Chakan Gangai Festival being celebrated with traditional zeal and enthusiasm in Manipur. A Gwangju EGM condemned detention of journalist over poppy statement during local TV discussion program. Two insurgents belonging to Manipur reportedly found dead at Vangli village in Myanmar sector of Indo-Myanmar border. Union Home Minister Amit Shah to reach Tripura today as BJP prepares for assembly polls. That is all the news we have for now. Coming up next is 9 p.m. Manipuri News. Thank you for watching IS News, and I wish you again a very happy Gangai.